day to you, or I don't know where you're watching me from, so I can be greeting good afternoon, good evening, or well, let me say good morning to you all. I mean, good morning from Belgium, Ghent, where I am currently right now and shooting this video to you. My name is Jeffrey Osei, and welcome to my channel, Vetista Study Abroad and Travels. Here, I bring you good information on universities that are open so that you can apply for any program of study of your choice, of your liking, and be able to make your way into any foreign university of your choice so that you can enrich yourself academically. And I am here for those who have the genuine intention of using study abroad as a way of improving their lives through education. We all believe that education is a half key to success in life. I do not believe that education is the total key. I mean, it is a half key to the success in life. Well, not education personally, but then schooling. And most of the time, I've been making videos on YouTube about the schools in Europe. Yes. And I used to do that because personally, I'm in Europe. This is where I am. This is where I'm studying. And as a matter of fact, I know more about the system here than other places. Nonetheless, when I began making schools on study abroad, I used to provide information on schools in the US and in Canada. So for those who go into my channel very well, when you look at the earlier videos that I posted about some schools like University of Delaware, University of Norton. And today I'm back to your screen with a university that I posted about 4 or 5 years ago. And then I just received an email from them yesterday. They are asking me to reapply for the program that I was already offered admission in, but then didn't get the opportunity to make it because I had to change my route and do one or two things. Then it dawned on me, okay, if I'm here in Europe and then there are opportunities that are available in the US, why don't I bring it to you guys? So that is why I am here. If you are to ask me why I am here, I'm here to provide you information about a school in the United States of America. Mind you, this is a public university. There are funding available. If you are from an English-speaking country like Ghana, Nigeria, the Gambia, and all the other countries that speak English, you do not need IELTS, you do not need TOEFL. All you have to do is that you have to let the university that you are applying to, know that you have been taught in English. Provide them with your transcripts. When you are sending them your recommendation letters, let your recommenders tell them that you have been taught in English. In fact, you can go as far as getting a letter from your local faculty in the local university where you studied to make them aware that, hey, you have been taught in English, every medium of instruction was done in English, and then you are good to go. There is no need to worry yourself about writing IELTS or TOEFL. And I believe that is why most of you are even applying to schools in the United States, because you know these schools are not going to be bothering you with having to write IELTS and TOEFL as those in Europe have been bothering you about. And I think it's a good thing. If the opportunities are there, why don't I bring them to you? So today I am here to introduce to you a university. First of all, let us go into the documents that you need. I know I have to be stressing on the document over and over and over again because some of you do not always get it as to the documents that you should be applying for a program of study in a particular university with. So if you're applying for a bachelor's degree program, you need your high school or your secondary school transcript and your certificates. Mind you, you also be needing your passport, your traveling passport. Some of the universities will be asking for a motivation letter from you, even though you're applying for a bachelor's degree program, although most of the schools in the US wouldn't basically be asking you that. Or let's say about 40 or 50% of them would only be asking you for a motivation letter. But then I think now it's even decreasing over time. But even if they do, yes, make it as part of your plans if you are to apply for a bachelor's degree program, that you'll be providing a motivation letter. You also be providing an academic CV. Please, for your academic CV, I'll always recommend Europass, although you are applying to a university in the United States. And make sure that your academic CV is in line with the program that you're applying for. You shouldn't apply for mechanical engineering and be telling us that you've been working in a shop. Well, this is an information that I would like to be talking about later someday. But then, for now, you will be needing an academic CV. Okay, you will need recommendation letters. For most of the schools in Europe, they wouldn't really be worrying you about motivation letters. But then the schools in the US, they are very, very particular about motivation letters because they believe that if you are able to provide a motivation letter from your recommender in your previous university or your previous institution of study, that is a big way to really tell that you actually studied there. And please, your motivation letter should not be coming from email addresses like Gmail. Some of you, when you go to your recommenders to offer you recommendation letters, then they use their Gmail and their Yahoo email addresses. No, please, you are to provide your recommendations from a recognized email of the school. So if your professor's name is Professor Bruce Yankin and you studied at the University of, let's say, Norton, you should say your recommender's email, that is your professor's email, should be Bruce Yankin at uninorton dot, let's say, NG, that is Nigeria, or GH, that is Ghana, or at edu.gh, that is at, yes, a formal recognized email from a university. Don't go and provide recommendation letters from Gmail addresses, please. It wouldn't be accepted. Yes, such recommendation letters are weak, and most of the time the reason why most of you don't get admissions is because of these things. Now, for the documents that I've just spoken about, you'll be needing them when you're applying for both bachelor's degree and master's degree. This university that I'm talking about has numerous bachelor's degrees, and they are open to SHS graduates. When I say SHS, senior high school graduates, those of you that have just completed high school, or those of you that have even completed 2 years, 3 years ago, you are still eligible to apply. You don't need any IELTS, provided you speak English or you did you had your schooling done entirely in English. You just have to provide, for those of you that are from West Africa, you just have to provide your WASI. Your WASI with an English score of at least B3. You are good to go. Okay, you are good to go. For those of you that have already completed university, you need a recommendation letter, and in it, just let your recommender state that your studies was entirely done in English and you are good to go. You don't need to write any IELTS or TOEFL. For this university, there are 60 doctoral programs, I mean PhD programs. There are 60 of them, and they have 145 master's degree programs, meaning that you have a whole lot of options to choose from. Out of these 145 programs, 16 of them are dual master's degree programs, meaning after completing them, you wouldn't only get one master's degree certificate in one full. You'll be having a certificate from 2 different fields. Let's say you can have a certificate in financial marketing and some other business related program, because these are joint programs. Okay, there are 2 different broad programs that have been put together to form one master's degree program. So these will be joint programs, and there are 20 online programs, but I don't think you want to do an online program, well, unless you are doing some kind of busy work, as in managing a firm in Africa or in your home country, and then you wouldn't necessarily want to travel anywhere. But then even with the online programs, you also have the opportunity to travel there just to do your graduation and be able to come back. So this university that I'm talking about is called the University of Delaware. I've already spoken that every language of instruction in this university is done in English. The University of Delaware is located in Delaware in the United States of America, meaning that if you are in Africa, you are in Asia, you are in the Middle East, you are in Europe, wherever that you are, you'll be needing a visa to travel to the United States. Yes, you would have to apply for a US visa, a student visa. I think that is a F1. Yes, you'll be applying for an F1 visa if you are granted admission to study in this university. There are a lot of things that goes into schooling in the US. So you would have to pass through all the process. What I am doing now is that I'm letting you know that if you want to be able to apply for this school, the deadline for those of you who need visas before you can go is just this 15th October. Today is 24th of September 2025. 15th October 2025 is the application deadline. Right from now you can apply. You only need $75 to be able to apply for any program of study in this particular university. And I think there's an application fee waiver available. I'm still in contact with my previous academic supervisor from the university. So once I get it, I'll make it available to you guys. I had it previously and I provided it previously some years ago, about 2-3 years ago on my channel. But then I do not have the one that is available this year. So I'm going to ask him to provide it for me, and when I get it, I'm going to make it available to you guys. But then for those of you who have $75 to spare, you can apply. And please, you stand a higher chance of gaining admission. You can check the acceptance rate of the University of Delaware from Google. You have it yourself. It is not a university that is difficult for you to gain admission into. I don't mean it is so easy, but then I mean it is a standardized process such that if you are having a first class, second class upper, you should be gaining admission into all of some of the very, very good programs. If you're having a second class lower, yes, you stand a chance of gaining admission into any program of study of your choice in the University of Delaware. Please do well, take this opportunity and then enrich yourself, okay, academically. As I said, you do not need any bachelor's degree before you can be able to apply for another bachelor's degree. You only need your WASI certificate. But mind you, if you already have a bachelor's degree, you can still apply for another bachelor's degree. If you already have a bachelor's degree, you can apply for a master's degree. If you already have a master's degree, you can apply for another master's degree. If you have a master's degree, then you can even go and look into any of the 60 doctoral programs that is being offered at the university, and you can apply. Mind you that most of the doctoral programs in the US comes with full funding. So if you gain admission into any doctoral program, you can also apply for scholarship. And also be aware that in the University of Delaware, there are more than 10 scholarship programs available to you, and you can have the opportunity of getting full funding from any of these scholarship programs. So right after you are done with your application process, you can also go ahead to do your scholarship application. Now, if you are accepted into the university, then your scholarship application will also be assessed, and then they will give you funding. Myself, I was given funding. Yes, myself, I was given funding. It's so unfortunate that as at the time that I had to go and apply for my visa and all this, I had some 1 or 2 issues going on, and then things didn't really go well. Yes, but then that doesn't prevent me from giving you the information that as I speak now, September 24th, 2025, the University of Delaware is open for admission, and you can apply as an international student. If you do not need a visa, if you are a passport holder in any country in the Schengen area, then you do not need a visa to be able to school in the United States of America. Well, you'll be needing a visa, but then yours is not so strict like that, and then your application deadline is also different. You will be having 15th November, but then for those of you who will be needing a visa, because you will be needing a visa, the application deadline closes early for you, so that a decision can be made early on your application. Then you can continue with your visa application. Now there is a spring, there is a summer, and there is an autumn application. The spring application is January. The summer is somewhere between May to July. And then the autumn is, I think, August and September, depending on when you want to be going, which, as at this time, I recommend you choose either the summer or the autumn application, which you'll be going somewhere in July or in September. Because if you choose the winter application process, that is going to be January. I mean, September to January is very, very short. You may not be able to finish with your processing so that you can even get a date to go for a US visa interview. So please, this is the information that is out there for you. Remember, I am not an agent. I am not charging anybody money to apply for anything. I am not taking money from anybody. I am not an agent. I do not take thousands of dollars, millions of your local currencies just to apply for anything for you. Please, if anybody comes to you saying that he or she is Jeffrey Osei and that he is taking money just to apply for anything for you, please, that is not me. Okay, that is not me. There have been cases. There have been cases of that, and that is why I have to make this available to you always when I shoot a video, that I am not that person. So please be mindful. If you pay your money to anybody, don't come reporting to me, because I have already warned you. If you've watched this video to the end, I would like you to like my channel, or like this video, subscribe to my channel, and then yes, when I post any new video on any school that is available, you'll be the first to have it. Thank you very much. My name is Jeffrey Osei once again, and shalom from Ghent in Belgium. Bye-bye.